All right, let's get started on figuring out how to do the solution to the player's grab bag of items. Okay, first thing we're going to do, like asked, we're going to give the player in the create event a list to keep track of their items. I'm just going to call this bag. You know what? I'll call it item list instead. That's a little better. DS list create. Okay, so item list. This is an instance variable. This one belongs to the player. Okay, so we can just use this one on the player. Now, when the player runs into an apple, so collision with apple, the first part here is I'm not going to worry about the limit of 5 items per bag. I'm just going to go right to just destroy the apple, add it into the bag. Okay, so with the other, which is the apple, I'm going to instance destroy, and then I'm going to add this to my list. So ds list, add, and I called it item list, and I want to add the word apple. Now some programmers might add the number 1. Apple's a 1, the burger's a 2, the potion's a 3. Okay, there's nothing wrong with just putting the text itself, right? It's pretty simple for beginners. So I'll just add that string in there. Okay, and that's it. Now I'm going to do something very similar when I hit the burger. So collision with a burger, add a little bit of code, basically the same code, but instead here I'll put burger. Now you could keep doing this with item after item, right? But we'll just leave it at this. So apples and burgers. Now if we actually do this, we're going to have our list build up and build up. And now when the player hits the A key, so key press letter A, we're going to try to use an apple. Now the nice thing with using an apple is you have to check to see if you have the apple in the first place. So what we're going to do here is we're going to try to find the index position of the word apple in our list. If it doesn't exist, then we can't eat the apple. So do a little code here. Position, ds list, find index. So it was called item list, and I'm looking specifically for apple. Now you've seen these checks before. If it comes out to be -1, I can do a little show message. No apples. Okay, and that's it. Else, I'm going to show a little message. Eating apple. And I have to remove this apple from the list because now it's been used up. So to remove it from the list, you have to know what position in the list it's in. But I do because that's what my find index did, right? Whatever slot index position that word apple was in, okay, I have that stored in POS. So I can just do a little delete command on my list here. List delete from item list, delete position. Okay, and that'll take it out of the list. Okay, and it works just fine. Now remember that this position finds the first apple in the list, right? Even if there's a whole bunch of them. Okay, it's just the first one. Now this code is basically going to be copy pasted into the burger as well. Whoops. It's going to be copy pasted into key press letter B for the burger. Now some of you might be saying, hey, copying and pasting so much code that looks the same. How come you are not making some sort of script? We could do that afterwards, right? I'm just trying to get the concept of this working now. Then you can work on making this more efficient using scripts. But definitely, when you see there's so few differences in the code, making a script would probably be a good choice here. Now we're ready to test burgers and apples. So let's give it a go. And I walk around. I collect an apple. I try to eat an apple. I hit A. Eating apple. I hit A again. No apples. Well, yeah, there's no more apples in the list. Let's try if it works with burger. I'll get an apple, a burger, and a burger. I try an apple. Good. Apple. No. Now let's start eating those 2 burgers. Burger, burger, no burger. Okay, and so you can see here that it works just fine. So that's pretty good. Now the one thing that we didn't do yet was we didn't limit our bag of food to 5 items. So to limit it to 5 items, we really only have to do a little bit of stuff here. It's mainly in the collision, right? When they pick up the item, we have to decide whether we actually pick it up or not. So I'll just go to the Apple code first, and I'll just do something really quick up here. So I'm just going to check how many items are in my bag. If I already have 5 items or more, I'm just going to get out of here. So if DS list size of item list is greater or equal to 5, I'm just going to exit out of this code. Okay, so it won't bother going down and doing the rest here. Or you could put, if the list is under 5, do this code. Okay, either one's okay. So that little check is going to be the same in the burger. Nice little protection. And while we're here, we may as well also draw out how many items we have in our bag, since that is an issue. For that, I'll just go to the draw object, which is already in the room. It's printing out hello right now. And I'll just take out that hello and say with the player. And it's good that with player is already here because it is the player that owns the item list. So I have to do the with player object. Let's find out how many things are in our list. DS list size item list. And let's draw out item count string num. And let's see here if I've missed a bracket or not at the end here. I think we may be good. Whoa, what's that doing? There we go. 120 item count string num. I'll just move that down a little bit. I think that should work okay. So let's check it out. Compile failed. Click on a line. Let's see what's wrong. I'm trying to see what's wrong here. I'm hunting. Okay, I've just jumped the player key press B. I actually found the error. Gamemaker done a little spell correction for me. Nice of it. And it had changed POS to this. So in case you had seen that, I don't even remember. That was just supposed to be POS. So make sure you don't have the same error there. And then I think everything else should be okay. And now we see our little item count there. We add up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it won't pick up the 6th item, right? We've maxed out our bag. But let's say I decide to use a burger, eat a burger, good. And then we have that. We're back up to 5. So it's perfect, right? Nice little inventory system. When we get to the level that uses loops, we're going to show you how to go through the lists and draw your inventory items out that you've stored inside the list. So that's coming in a bit. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you got that one on your own.